The Cotswold Hills in Gloucestershire are famous for their sheep, goats and cows, and what they produce is our postcard today. We're in the Cotswolds, and the Cotswolds are a very beautiful part of Britain, and so therefore you'd expect to find some lovely cheeses in the Cotswolds, and I think we found some here, Marion, haven't we?
Oh yes, definitely. Goat's cheese from the Cotswolds.
Now, goat's cheese, I mean, I'm about to say how is it different from cow's cheese, because the answer's obvious.
Yes.
You know, cows and goats are different. But what is the flavour of a goat's cheese?
Well, the French goat's cheese is much stronger. It has a goaty type flavour, which we don't. We do use a French type recipe, but we've really adapted it for the English palate because the English do like a milder cheese. Not that very strong that makes you go...
No, exactly. Well, you've got something here because I love ginger. So I'm going to try some of your ginger. And just tell me how you put the ginger in there.
Well, I'm a ginger addict, so I get as much... There's stem ginger, ginger puree, a ginger liqueur, anything I can find with ginger in it.
And I've got to tell you, that is something to die for. The ginger doesn't come, though, from Cirencester, does it?
No, it doesn't.
From China or somewhere?
That's right, yes.
But that is beautiful. And you've got here, now, Cerney cheese. What does that mean? Is it just a plain old thing with nothing added?
That's right. We're from Cerney, North Cerney, the village, so it's named after the village where we come from. And that is the French type recipe. It's a truncated pyramid, and it's covered in black ash.
Well, I must be British because that is too strong for me. Too
really?
much of a flavour for me.
Yes. So you'd stick to the ginger.
The ginger one is lovely. And we've got orange. Have you done that in the same way as the ginger?
Yes.
You've got just added... At what point do you add, like, the fruit?
I drain the curd for a day longer than I would for making that one. Then I add all the ingredients and put it back in moulds so it has a day longer. And then it's... But as it's fiddled with, it's got all these additives in, we don't give it such a long shelf life.
The orange one is like the ginger. It is absolutely beautiful. Cerney pepper.
Yes, that's the one that actually won a bronze medal.
Oh, you just won a medal, have you?
Yes, we did with that one. Yes, we did a bit better last year, but not with that cheese. That's the first time it's won anything. So.
No, isn't it funny? They're not really my scene.
No.
These are.
Yes.
Well, I've got to say, the cheese from the Cotswolds, goat's cheese, I should have. The ginger one and the orange one, I would absolutely sit down with, watch a good soap on the telly, and eat loads of it. The other two might be your taste, but it just hasn't happened to be mine. Yep. A bit more of the ginger one, I think. Thanks, Marion.
Okay, thank you.
Let's pop next door to the real county of Herefordshire, perhaps more famous for its apples than its cheese. You're the first person who hasn't got your own cows that I've heard of.
Oh, really? Well,
but that saves a lot of mucking out
Absolutely.
and other problems, doesn't it?
Getting up so early in the morning and those poor cows, just imagine what gets done to them.
Exactly, poor cows. Which one are we going to try first,
The
Karen?
little Hereford, which is this one here. So very, very simple, young cheese.
When you say young, does that mean it's not been hanging around for long?
Not been hanging around for long. About 3 months, so I suppose that might seem long, but 3 months.
I quite like that. It's quite mild.
Quite
I like
mild.
that. And what's this one with bits
And this one with bits in is Hereford sage. The recipe itself is most like a derby, and sort of sage derby is very well known. So we thought we ought to put some real organic sage even into it.
I like that.
So there we go.
I like the herbs in there. Where's the sage from? Your
sage
garden?
Not my garden, a friend's garden. Grow some lovely sage for me.
That's really lovely with the sage now.
Good, I'm glad you like it.
Which is the one that's not been made since 1917?
This one, the little Hereford here.
Nice and mild and much more to my kind of taste. Thanks, Karen.
Thank you very much.